Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to the eastern dunes of Holland, here at Zandvoort, for round 4, season 10 of AM Tuesday action. I'm Kid and Petter, about to fill you in on what should be one of the more important qualifyings of the season, wouldn't you say, Andy Wu?
Yeah, for sure. We have a all-wet race here. Not too wet, just damp enough for the enters throughout both qualifying and the race. So yeah, gotta get out front with no DRS, and this track being known for its processions of cars. Yeah, I think we definitely want to be towards the sharp end of the grid.
This will be slightly less of a procession, with it being rainy all the way throughout, similar to last time we were in Zandvoort. That was Season 8, Round 6. That was won by P-Dog, followed by Vomu and Mitch Burns. So none of those guys still around. They're all up in the big leagues with us big dogs. Speaking of big dogs, let's ride along with our championship leader as he's coming to the line. It's Cars Ben. Up by 1 point in the championship, only good for P7 right now, though. The man he trails is Cam Tizzle. Or the man he's ahead of by 1 point is Cam Tizzle, who won last week in a wild one. An absolute banger of a race in Jeddah. No one was injured, and we actually all made it back safe from virtual Saudi Arabia, so that was a positive.
Yeah, I mean, it was better than getting hit by some strange missile flying in from Yemen or something. But yeah, we made it from the Middle East unscathed, and now beginning our European tour here in Condos Speed. We've got the first couple of rounds in I guess Holland area. We're in Holland now. Does Belgium consider itself the Benelux? There you go. Yeah, Benelux region. We got Zandvoort, then
I've
Belgium.
never heard that word.
Yeah, well, it's what it is. I think Luxembourg also considers itself part of that. But yeah, we're towards the northwest part of Europe to start with, and I think we'll be touring like 6 or 7 different European countries before we head off to Asia.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Kind of round off the championship, and then we got our North American swing at the very end.
Well, the man on pole last night in AM3 is a newcomer to COS. I'm trying to figure out where to put him. I think he's based in Europe, but he's coming across the line now. That is Acid Masters. He won the race in convincing fashion last night. I think he might be a little too fast for AM3, but we're not sure if he's really going to be on the AM side or EU side. So he's getting a full-blown trial run here tonight. Unfortunately for him, it's all in the wet, so results are a little murky. Speaking of AM3, the AM3 championship leader is Tin Man with an orange helmet this week. Tin Man identifies as Italian, and I guess he identifies as Dutch as well. He just identifies as everything. What will he identify as next? It is 2022 after all. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one. He's coming around. He's starting the third sector.
It's a fish helmet. He has the fish helmet.
Oh, it's the fish. Is that like a little fin on top?
Yeah. He has a little fish head helmet on.
Oh, that's cute.
I think you should get that from Rakuten or McLaren for me. I think it looks good.
Well, maybe I will. Looks like he might be the only one, at least on a fresh hot lap. Typically in the wet, kind of depends on the driver, but I prefer to stay out there for a few laps, just trying to set time after time, because we'll eventually get better. But looks like most of these guys only went out for 1 or 2. Tin Man, on the other hand, didn't check his splits. I'll bring that up here. Oops, wrong one. Goes P13. As Ben comes out of the pits yet again. Whoa, that is a little hairy. Who is that? I think that was Cam Tizzle. Got in the way of Chase on a hot lap, and now he is taking a long trip through the gravel. And that is the Hans Ernst corner. I learned that today. 11 and 12. They both count as the Hans Ernst Bacht.
Is that the right-hander at the end of the DRS straightaway?
The right-hander at the end of the DRS straightaway and the left-hander. That's okay. 11 and 12. Cam Tizzle starting his lap now with some gravel on his treads. But yeah, I was doing some research, couldn't figure out who Hans Ernst is. So whoever he is, he has 2 corners named after him here at Zandvoort. There are a few corners named after people. This one's named after John Hugenholz, the legendary track designer. Also designed Suzuki, designed Zandvoort as well, and they named the banked corner in turn, is that 3? Yeah, turn 3 after him. It's the Hugenholz Bach. Through Ski Black, the downhill turn 7, which is extremely difficult. Dutch is a very blunt language. Honestly, it almost sounds Arabic whenever you say it. You gotta have that kind of force behind it. Speaking of which, Noah Bood tonight, miss him. He's been struggling through the first few races. Only 10 points down, in 10th place in the championship for Abood, one of the preseason favorites. Hopefully he comes back next week and regains some form in Spa. Anyways, keep going along with Cam Tizzle here. Final corner named after somebody is actually the final corner, the bank corner named after it's the Arie Luyendyk Bach. He is, of course, 2-time Indy 500 winner. Arie Luyendyk. Is Cam Tizzle goes to the provisional pole with a 20.175.
Dream also setting a pretty good lap there, a 20.5 flat with the fastest third sector. So maybe that's an indication of some straight line speed in that Aston Martin. We saw it last week in Saudi Arabia. He was definitely a bullet in the straight line compared to everyone else. Just didn't quite get the result at the end of the race.
No. Yeah, for reasons outside of his control.
Yes.
Unless here's Texas Tornado quietly in a provisional P3 at the moment. Qualified P2 in similar conditions last night in AM3. And quite frankly, he's kind of stuck it up there, and no one's really catching him. So credit to him.
Yeah, he's set a couple of good clean laps, and that'll definitely get you towards the front. ZX jumps up to P4. His Alfa Romeo, he's had a good start to this season. Just wasn't able to.
And that is.
Oh wow. Okay.
I was wondering if those purple sectors that you saw on your screen were legit. Apparently they were. That is a 20 flat from Texas Tornado, and he's currently in provisional pole. Cam Tizzle's going to bring it into the pits. I was not expecting that, but I guess he's had a lot of practice last night. Harris is fighting his way along the Arie Luyendyk Bach. Or maybe he's just lagging, who knows? Always a mystery. He's going to stay in P17. And look at Cars Bent, still down there in 16th. He's the championship leader once again. I'll run through the full standings now. It seems like there's a bit of a break in the action. I'll go with Bergie plays. Current Drivers' Championship is as follows. Ben leads with 48 points. Cam in second with 47. Electric in third with 43. ZX in fourth with 36. E. Warren in fifth with 31. Then it's Perks. Secure the Perks. With 24. Seventh is Chase with 15. Dream is 8th with 14. Deathstorm is 11. There is 9th with 11. Ooh, that's a good number combo. And Abood is P10 with 10 points. Is Bergie plays. Good lord, he just power slid through the bank corner. And currently P9 for Bergie plays. Had a rough going in Australia, but bounced back last week with some points in what is always going to be one of the trickiest tracks to manage in Jeddah.
Yeah, he showed definitely top 10 pace in both those races. I just think didn't quite get the result that his pace showed. But I mean, in AM2 we got, again, even if the conditions are bad, we got almost the entire grid within a second. Today, yeah, all the way down to 14th is within a second at the moment. Now, I definitely think those guys outside of the top 15 can make their way up there.
Bergie
managed to get a clean lap.
Bergie lost in between 9 and 10. That's a tricky traction zone. Regardless of of high, regardless of whether it's wet or dry. But he just lost it, almost put it in the wall, knocked out a 100-meter board. Thankfully, no damage for him. Looks like Cars Ben's on a lap. Go along with him. Now, these corners in the first sector all have names, but I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce those. This one, though, is Skivlik. It looks like Cheesehead has DNF'd.
Yep, he died out of turn 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Whatever the banked one is. Banked left, I think that's 4.
Now, the banked left is third. Is the third one. And then
so
4 is the left-hander.
Like Jetta did.
Yeah. It's probably ideal. Cars Ben is dumped in a purple sector too. We'll see if it's good enough for pole. His current teammate.
Just Ben, remember, it's not Cars Ben. It's just.
Oh yeah. Well, sometimes I say Cars Ben. You know, I'm just getting everybody familiar with him. But Ben's coming through the final corner now. And let's see if that'll be on pole. Wow. Yep, 20 flat exactly, just about, but still only edging out Texas Tornado. What a surprise. He's not, no offense to him, but he's not typically one of the front runners in AM3. So you wouldn't really expect him to come in here, but I guess he's pretty nifty in the wet. As evidence, Cam Tizzle looking for a retort. He's entering the third sector right now. Let's check that split time.
He's starting.
Oh, is he?
Electric and Cam both
it says 0.
Before they did like a warm-up lap before they actually went out and set
that's
laps.
tricky. Oh, you know who I haven't mentioned all day? The people's champ. It's VTech. He has returned. Yes. He has returned, and he's on a hot lap right now. Currently sitting P13. He is going to be filling in at Ferrari for the rest of the season. After a certain member of the team decided to leave the league. Or it was maybe forced out of the league.
Yeah, he did have a choice.
Okay.
He did. He had a choice in the way that he acted. But yeah, VTech was up 9/10, I think, when I looked at his sector split. Looks like he's tiptoeing around the middle sector, so I think probably an indication of a low downforce setup. Still up 7.5 though.
Yeah, this is tracking to be a pretty good lap for VTech. Regardless, there's yellow flags. I think that's slow cars ahead. I think he should be fine though. Into the final 2 corners, 13 and 14. Blade goes. Blade on provisional pole with a 19.8. Let's see where that puts VTech with that 19.9. Times are starting to fall here. VTech coming back with a vengeance. Put it on the front row provisionally. 2 minutes to go in this qualifying session. And we'll just have to see. I think Cam Tizzle, he's up by 3/10. I think the track is starting to dry out. This could be a provisional pole lap from the P2 man in the championship.
Looks solid out the final corner. Didn't quite have as much throttle as
stuck.
VTech.
803 for Cam Tizzle. Electric Blade is invalidated. I don't know if he was going for another hot lap, but that's going to be his pole hopes probably done. Dream on a flyer.
He kind of lost it out of turn 3 there, but was still up 2.5 out of the first sector. Oh no, he's lost time.
No.
Yeah, he may have time elsewhere in the lap. Oh man, but he's not gaining it there. He is struggling on traction out of these corners.
Well, just a little bit. Folks starting to filter in here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. Death Storm has retired on track, I believe. The future in P10. Acid Masters in P9. They'll get another lap.
Masters wasn't able to improve there, but yeah, they both will get another lap. They are on old tires, though. Both 6 laps.
Yeah, very old. You do want to change them at some point, but looks like those guys just been running them non-stop.
I wonder if these McLarens are going to be able to make it to the line. That's Blade in the pits, but Texas Tornado, I think he'll be able to get another lap. But Ben and E. Warren are both coming out of Sector 2 at the moment, and I don't know if they're going to get another lap in. It'll be close.
At 20 seconds, I don't think that they are.
It'll be close, and I think Ben, even if he does get to the line, he's going to be compromised by this Red Bull in front of him.
Yeah,
Tornadoes to the line.
I don't think he's going to be able to get there. I think, oh, his pin almost, he just hit the wall, I think. Yep, he's not going to get there.
Get there.
Wow.
So this will be the last laps for everyone. I think, yeah, ZX was the last one to get to the line, but I don't think he has enough
Shelly!
PRS. And Shelly.
Look at Shelly the Turtle, 19.6. We saw him last week in his season debut go toe-to-toe with a Bood. Unfortunately for both of them, they both eventually crashed. However, a pole here provisionally for Shelly. Looking pretty good. Texas Tornado's about a tenth off of his time to the first sector.
Dream's up by 2/10, so I think he could fondle with the 19s here.
I like that wording.
He pinned it through the final corner. He had a little lift in the middle of it.
P4 for Dream. That is a good lap from Dream. A Texas Tornado coming around here. The final two corners. Oh, and he's gonna
down on his time.
And he's down bad now. Who was that behind him? I think that's Nos Racing was behind him.
He's down on his time though. It looks like.
Looks like an Alpha behind them. It's the Alpha of ZX who is out of fuel.
Yep, he did a lot of laps on those inters. He was completely out of the ERS on his lap that put him P9. Yeah, tight grid, but those times started flying down, and Shelly, I think, makes this qualifying look a little more spread out than what it really was.
Yep. That is a resounding pull from Shelly the Turtle, who is clocking in at plus 700 tonight in cost bets. The two favorites, Electric Blade and Ben, are at plus 600. Camp Tizzle at plus 650. Those guys are all in and around the top 5, I guess. Yeah. And all. Yeah. Well, it's going to be a little less straightforward than usual here at Zandvoort, but I think we're going to have a pretty decent show for you tonight. Show the Turtle on pole for the first time this season.
Yeah, the start will be pretty hectic with everyone being on the enders. It will be a wet start, so traction will be at a premium. But from P2, I think it was to P16, all within a second. So any little mistake will cost you a lot of track position, and then that track position is going to be at a premium. So I'd say your winner's probably going to come from within the top 10 here tonight. But hey, I mean, AM2 has a habit of proving me wrong.
As Kevin Garnett once said, anything is possible. Checking the chat, Whit J in there, offering the Red Bull boys good luck. Finished P5 last night. Shane says, is this really Poggers commentators duo from our COS community? Yeah, we're all, I mean, we're fat-ass white girls, aren't we?
Yeah.
Jay, racing fan cheering on his driver's academy, Texas Okie, who says, dang, I was going to get a bit up had that last corner not happened. Big oof. Big bra movement from Texas Okie, I guess.
Yeah,
Fart
but
noise.
definitely the surprise of qualifying.
Yeah, for sure. I was not expecting that kind of pace. Remember, his only podium in AM3 came in the season finale last year at COTA, which was just rain-soaked all to hell, and he finished P2 behind Motor. Then last night he had a really competitive qualifying, starting P2, although the race didn't quite go his way. And well, Busch Lights are starting to flow here in the booth. We got a formation lap again, so that'll be exciting.
The return of the mythical flute.
The beautiful flute.
Yeah.
Played by some Latin guy. Nuevo Himno de la F1 Versión Flauta. You got any predictions though? You might want to get those in the comments.
Yeah, I was gonna wait, but
you can wait till the end of the formation.
Nobody pressed the button.
Yeah, everybody's waiting.
Probably, I'm going with another double Alpine podium and a sneaky podium on debut or re-debut from VTEC. VTech.
Wow.
Or P.
You got some against Shelly, it sounds like.
Yeah, I do.
Alright, well, let's go to tires. Surprisingly, these guys are all starting on inners.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't believe it. And it looks like it's going to be inners all the way through here from Zandvoort this evening. Shelly the Turtle is going to be starting on pole for the first time this year. Did not finish last week in his season debut. But he'll be looking to right all those wrongs. And all those wrongs helped him write those songs. Cam Tizzle in P2. He's P2 in the championship, and he's followed by his teammate Electric Blade, who's in P3 in the championship, right behind him. On track and in the standings, Dreen in P4. It's been pretty impressive this season down here in AM2. VTech in P5 with a great qualifying in his re debut in Contest of Speed Cars. Ben is the championship leader, but he'll be rolling off 6th next to his teammate reserving tonight, Texas Tornado 52. Chase is in P8, coming off a podium a couple weeks ago that still has all the boys buzzing. ZX in P9, close personal friend right next to him. Bergie Plays in 10th, followed by Acid Masters, last night's winner in AM3. Future, his teammates in 12th next to him. E. Warren, coming off his first career podium last week in Jeddah, is 13th, and he's next to his teammate Deathstorm. Cheesehead in 15th. Tin Man, the AM3 championship leader, is in 16th. Nos Racing in 17th. Harris in 18th. Just one reserve. Cornish Mantis in P19th. And Secure the Perks retired before he could set a time, and they'll be starting last this evening.
Yeah, only thing to mention from that formation lap is Electric pulls a bit too far ahead. He'll be a little further back in his box. The Bergie Plays spun out under that formation lap. And I think he missed the spot as well. We had a couple guys miss the spot, and it looked like Cornish Mantis just kept on going. So hopefully this works.
Yeah, I would love to see it. They got a weird behind camera angle. Not really sure.
Like
there we go.
Camera.
Thank you. Lights are out, and it's a mixed bag up here. Dream looks like he might get the best start out of everyone.
Go contact. Aston Martin. They all made it through.
Oh, these guys are doing a good job so far. Tarzan is turn 1, and it is very difficult to get through on a dry track, let alone one rain-soaked like this. But unfortunately for Shelly, it's going to be Electric Blade who gets the best start from P3. And he's now in an Alpine sandwich, a French sandwich. Not quite as good as Italian sandwiches, but as far as sandwiches go, it's not a bad nationality to have. Car's been made up a spot in P5. I think everybody got through clean.
Yeah, no damage or anything. We got someone off the track. It's VTech.
Oh, VTech! Looks like
and
I think he's missing an end plate as well.
Yeah, you're the task man. Didn't send it to anyone.
Oh, I thought I sent it to you. No, you had like 15 minutes to remind me. Yeah, but that is a bit of a. I'll get on that if there's a safety car. But yeah, VTech picks up a BS 10-second time penalty. He'll be able to get that removed, but he's also going to need to change his front wing. Electric Blade, meanwhile, up front, co-favorite in cost bets, and he has busted out a 1-second lead over the pole setter, Shelly the Turtle. Cam Tizzle almost about a second behind him. So it looks like these top two might be able to run away with it. Dream lines up a bit of a move. He's looking. He's trying to force his way in there, and that's been right behind all this action. Now this is very difficult to pass in the dry. Do you think it might actually help the overtaking in the wet? More likely for guys to make mistakes.
Yeah, in terms of mistakes, maybe as Ben, man, he's got to run. Whoa. Oh, that's gonna be tight. Yeah, good call backing out of it. It is Dream. And he's still all over the place. Oh, man, Ben is chomping at the bit to get past that Aston Martin there, but yeah, I think it'll help in terms of like making moves on mistakes, but without DRS, passing down that main straightaway is going to be quite the task. But it looked like Dream is kind of trimmed out in terms of downforce, so if Cam ends up holding up too much of a train here, I think Dream could be
saw from the behind cam from Ben there. Texas Tornado thought about sending a bit of a lunge on ZX for P6. I think they might have made a little bit of contact, but ZX Did not relinquish position. Good start from him up from 9th into P6. I don't believe ZX is a huge fan of rain. So it's a promising start for him. Electric Blade pumps in another fastest lap, 22.7. And he now has a second and a half on Shelly the Turtle. Cam Tizzle is almost a second and a half behind him. Dream is right behind this. And this is really the entire train here. That goes back all the way to Tin Man in 15th, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There must have been some sort of contact between Cornish, Mantis, and Tin Man. Or, oh, yeah, Mantis is missing his front wing. He's missing left end plate.
Shane in the comments said, Cam Tizzle? Oh, he says Shelly Cam Tizzle VTech. Then he said that I am very attractive. Thank you, Shane. I believe you are too. Just dudes admiring dudes in this commentator's booth.
Yeah, no problem with that. Anyone using not the racing line will be hard to find their braking boards in the middle sector. Cornish Mantis with that lack of a front wing just understeered all the track.
No, I hate that. Yeah, hopefully these guys did their practice, or they just leave racing line on because they're not hardos. Let's be honest, if they were hardos, they'd probably be an AM1, right? Yeah. Well, except for VTech. VTech's a hardo.
But he's our hardo.
Yeah, well, for now.
We get hardo
once again. We sure do. And yet again, Dream is all over the back of Cam Tizzle. Dream sensing that this might be his opportunity to get his first podium. He looked like he was on for one in Bahrain. Made a late mistake. Chase got that upsetting P3. First of his career, but Dream's looking for the same here, and he looks every bit as fast as Cam Tizzle. I think he's really the one. He's the cork in the bottle here.
Yeah, Cam doing a good job holding on to this spot. If anything, he's defending really well for his teammate.
Yeah, he's definitely helping
to drive away with it a little bit.
In 2.5 seconds.
Looks like he's dropping back a little. If any, I think the gap's probably stabilized, but Shelly could be dropping back towards this train, and then we'd have almost the entire grid. Right there.
Got the lovely chopper shot here following ZX. So McLaren sandwich as they head around once again the Hans Ernst. If anyone knows who that is, please let us know. The Hans Ernst box. Still looking for answers right there. Set up a toll-free number or something. I looked it up on Google and there were a couple of things, but none of it would have made sense for a racetrack in the Netherlands. Neither of them were particularly famous. So ZX still following these guys. I think you're starting to see some breaks in the train. Chase is beginning to lose touch. Berge doing a good job in the points though, yet again. Aston Masters is doing good too, right behind this. But this is just a big,
pretty big train.
Yeah, it's a big old snake. Which happened the last time that there was a wet race.
A bit more compressed near the top end. He's either made a mistake this lap or is struggling. Kind of looks like he's struggling from understeer. What it looks like on board with him. But he is able to make up a lot of time down the main straightaway. Looks like he just can't get the car to rotate at all in this middle sector. Losing out a bit of time, but once these guys all start breaking earlier and earlier.
Oh, yellow.
Secure the perks.
And that is secure the perks. He was not.
Full safety car.
It's a full safety car. Where was that at? That is out of. I believe out of 9. Yeah. So where we saw Berge plays lose it in quali. Looks like he might have just hit it. We're gonna ride along VTech here to see if we can pick up what exactly happened to his car. Yeah, right side there. No, he disappeared.
He definitely hit that wall pretty hard. Looks like, Chase, he did make a mistake because he is pitting for wing damage. Man, look at me go, calling the understeer.
Well, I did say that I would send you the task so someone can read it. I can't.
Just send me the link and I will happily look at it.
Oh man, where do I find it?
So if you go, where'd you set it up at? The website. Go to the website and just log in. Oh wait, you know what? I think I can do it. If you have it set up.
Yeah, it is set up.
I'm pretty sure I can go to it if I log in. It's just I also needed a second to get my file instead of watching this AM Tuesday action. Yep, I can look at the
Okay, cool.
You're all good.
Alright, well that's good. Alright, yeah. Cause I did
Although it does say electric blade is either out or telemetry's out. That doesn't sound right.
Well, I wouldn't out him because Tebow is in the chat right now. Let's see what does Tebow say?
Yeah, Tebow says that it says something went wrong with VTech, but I think I see everything. But yeah, I'll worry about that later. Hopefully he won't be too angry over Frenchman.
Tebow and Shane were in there talking about how they're not good at falling asleep. Tebow says he takes meds, champagne, and then he falls asleep. That's very French.
As you should. I mean, you do the same thing. You just stick with beer instead of champagne.
True. I do take
broke boy.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't really chug champagne. It's too expensive to do that.
Chug whiskey like a real man.
I can do that, but I also have a thing called a job, so I can't be too hungover in the morning.
You know, bruises from when you hit the speed bump in your basement.
Yeah, I'd be tripping and falling all over the place. Like I love me some Jack Daniels, like Steinman says, but I will drink it so fast that I won't know what hit me, and I'll try to walk up these stairs, and I'm liable to fall down and who knows, pick up a TBI or something. Electric Blade is leading lap 7, gonna be going on 8. I believe the safety car should be in this lap. We have everybody's caught up. VTech rounding out the back. What happened to Corner Schmantis? Did he retire in the pits?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It definitely. Yeah, I was busy doing tasks. All right, I was trying to get that set up.
Well, that's a bummer for Corner Schmantis. We always like when Corner Schmantis comes over in reserves. But apparently, staying up until like 2 in the morning to drive around Zandvoort in the wet, especially at the back. Probably not ideal. Might have fallen asleep behind the wheel, and you don't want that to happen. Shout out to Tracy Morgan.
I knew you were gonna make some sort of celebrity joke with
But
that.
I'm glad Tracy Morgan survived that after the Walmart truck driver crashed into him because he fell asleep. Electric Blade leads the boys back to green, and look at how packed up this is. We're going 3-4 wide. And humming.
Illegal loading takes through all that. Oh man, they're still 3 wide.
Oh, Nelly.
Turn 1. I think that was E. Warren in a Mercedes and oh no, a Haas of 10 man. Oh, what a save.
See him back there. So we're on the fish helmet for good luck, and I think you might be able to squeeze by that Red Bull. No, not quite. It looked like he had more of a run than he did in future around Acid Masters. So I guess he's giving away to his teammates, and that's ZX off. Oh, and this is a tight spot to be in. And I think that's going to be the future to Friends IRL. Oh, ZX.
Any damage there?
Shouldn't. I think he probably just understeered there in the gravel.
He got off the track and he just couldn't get back going again.
Yeah, I've had that problem a few times around here. Now E. Warren back here in the Red Bull. We're gonna get by him as well, but I mean ZX was having a pretty good race so far, so he should have the pace to get back up front.
Is that a mistake from Dream, or was that just a really ambitious move from the McLaren at Texas Tornado? Already making up 2 spots on this restart.
Didn't even notice Texas Tornado now in the top 5, in a tier that usually don't see him being really competitive. So again, big thumbs up to Texas Tornado right now, having one of the best drives of his contest speed career.
Now Ben, the one behind Cam Tizzle, who was putting up the train earlier. Let's see if he's a little more audacious with his moves. I know Dream and Cam are pretty good friends off the track, so I didn't think you'd see any crazy dive bombs out of the Aston Martin, but with Ben, he's trying to claw his way back into where he thinks he should be in the championship up front. He's racing his rival now.
As it stands now, Electric Blade.
Dream.
Oh no.
We must have made some sort of mistake again. He's dropping
shucks.
like a rock.
Oh shucks. Well, hate that. Have to go back.
That's Future trying to run on him as well, and yeah, Dream and ZX both making mistakes, and they just fall right back into the middle of this.
Yeah, I mean these guys were super tightly packed.
Oh no, Dream got into the back of Death Storm there.
Oh, we got a freaking.
Yeah, Dream was just trying to let Death Storm back by. He didn't mean to get to the back of him.
And he's gonna let everybody by here. That's tough for Dream. Any damage? Hopefully not from Dream. He was running such a good race.
He didn't get that bad. It was just enough to send him around.
And he's gonna hit the pits. One way or another.
Call it quits in the pits.
Yeah, I would hate to see that.
Oh, he did. He called it quits in the pits.
You hate to see that. You hate to see it. I feel like Dream's got a lot of potential down here.
He's just got to put it together one of these races.
Put it together.
Tonight in Zandvoort was not it.
That ain't it, Chief. Anyways.
Oh my goodness, I was on board with Acid Masters there, flying through the twisty first sector. Almost lost it entering turn 6, or yeah, whatever the turn 7, the downhill ring.
Skeevlick.
Yeah, he was on the edge of glory. I mean, talk about bangers from the early
shout out to Lady Gaga. A very underrated Super Bowl halftime performance from Lady Gaga a few years ago. I think was that New England and Atlanta? I think that was might have been what spurred on the Patriots' comeback.
I mean, that would have inspired me.
Yeah, for sure.
Tom Brady, big Lady Gaga fan.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe getting a divorce as well. Maybe he's looking to get married to Lady Gaga. Maybe got a little plastic surgery done in the Caribbean during training camp. Who knows? Cam Tizzle, though, still holding up cars. Ben's doing everything he can. He's looking for this high line to try to get a run down this moderately long but twisty and impossible to overtake section here.
I've never seen someone be able to get so close to the car in front of him without actually being able to overtake him. So, I mean, this is really just credit to Cam's driving, being able to be this mistake-free at the moment. Just with this amount of pressure, constantly, every lap. So, definitely holding his nerve.
Yeah, and credit to Texas Tornado for staying up on the back of this. We'll see if Cheesehead can bridge this gap. I think there was a bit of a break in the snake caused by Dream, but and ZX for that matter. But Cheesehead 2 seconds behind this little three-way battle.
Love a good three-way.
Sure.
I don't really think the pace is that different between Cheesehead and those top 3. Oh, as he gets way off the track going onto the.
We might have a bit of a storyline developing here.
Oh, in the back, ZX just popped the wall. Yeah, I think he's gonna have to dive in. He got a lot of understeer from the 2 Mercedes in front of him. Yeah, he hit the wall pretty hard out the last one.
That's tough.
They fix his wing. They didn't fix it. Oh, no.
Well.
Hate to see it.
Yeah, this game's extremely finicky. With that. That's unfortunate. Happened to me in a different league in Monaco a few weeks ago. Where I definitely had a ton of wing damage. Just automatically assumed they were going to change it, but then they do not.
They just didn't change it.
Yep. It's a lot more lax than it was last season. And pretty much every season before that. Anyways, I was mentioning before that happened that Electric Blade was driving away with it in the first stint there before the safety car. Shelly's been as close as 7/10 here, and it seems like it's leveled out. So maybe Shelly's starting to find his sea legs a little bit here here in the floodplains of the Netherlands.
Oh man, but he is. He's on it. He almost found the inside wall there, but I mean, if he's making up time doing it, he feels confident doing that every lap. By all means, get on that horse. But I don't think lap 13 is the time that I'd want to be fishtailing out of that corner.
Definitely not.
Necessarily.
Definitely not. We do have some proud co-parents. I don't know. That's probably not the right word. Proud teammates here of Steinman. Steinman says Texas Tornado is making our driver academy proud. He's our only hope as I come closer to my retirement from racing. JK Racing Fan, that is Ecos Saint, last year's AM2 champ. He is the president and owner and CEO of, I believe, of this.
He got to the inside of Cam, going up into turn 10. Just wasn't able to stick.
Well, Saint was agreeing.
Yeah, I would agree too. I mean, hanging on to the back of this for top 5 and driving away, frankly, from the rest of the field. He's putting on a good show. Let's hope.
Oh, it looks like Ben might have a run here. I think Ben's gonna have a run here. Maybe not.
The straight line speed.
Just doesn't have it. He's gonna have to throw it in though. He's gonna have to do it eventually. These are the top 2 in the championship, separated by 1 point after 3 rounds, and they're gonna drag race, not quite, through turn 2 and into turn 3, and we're gonna have to do this same song and dance again for about the 15th consecutive lap. Ben's getting desperate here.
When they're catching Shelly at the moment. Oh man, it could just be the amount of ERS they're using, because Ben is.
Well, Shelly has dropped off a little bit. He was about 7/10. He's lost about half a second here in the past 2 laps.
Yeah, Cam is just running just enough. Just less than Ben in terms of downforce, and it's just enough for him to hold on by the time they get to turn 1. It's all the desperation dive bomb from Ben there, but I don't think he's going to be doing that every lap. It'll take a mistake from the Alpine driver if Ben's going to get around him. Man, but he's got another run on him.
I mean, it looks like it, but Cam's just able to go a straight line away, man. That's impressive stuff from Cam in a straight line, and obviously if he's that trimmed out to be able to, it's been rock solid for the entirety of this race. But another big crash. I mean, Texas Tornado behind these boys, just following along, and look at Cheesehead. He's dropped off 3.5 seconds nearly now.
Yep.
As he's fallen to the clutches of Birdie Plays Acid Masters, last night's AM3 winner.
Well, we're starting to get to the point where these tires are going to fall off a little bit.
Yeah.
We start first scheduled pit stop, Deathstorm, looking for an undercut on the field. He did come out behind ZX though. ZX a track position on him, but he still got the pace even if his wing is a little chipped. About 15% wing damage there on the left side.
That's obviously pretty noticeable, but I mean, he can't change it now unless there's a safety car. Yep. Ooh, S10 gets up on the curb. That's not ideal. Been a bit of a disappointing evening for the Red Bull boys. Finished 3rd and 5th last week. I don't know the full situation, but I've seen them in parties together a lot with the guys at Alpine over the weekend. So I wonder if there's some sort of technical alliance going on there between the Red Bull and Alpine guys. But Alpine boys in 1st and 3rd, and Red Bull 10 and 17th as they run right now. Oh no, it's Steve Warren. I did it again.
Oh, you did it. That was you. It's all you. Oh, don't
and he backed into it. Oh,
he gave himself 66% rear wing damage.
Oh, and this is gonna be. This is nigh terminal for E-Warren. That's too much.
Race ending right there.
That is too much. I think I might have jinxed it all. I'm just trying to go through the grid and give everybody a little bit of shine. I hadn't talked about the Red Bull boys, and I thought with that storm pitting, the perfect time. I hate that.
Man, yeah, he backed into that wall really hard.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't spin and collect his teammate here. But
yeah, it's a frustration thing. I've done it before as well. With that rear wing damage, especially with these cars so aero dependent.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's going to be impossible to control that.
I don't want to watch, but I kind of want to watch.
Alright, you give us the update if anything bad happens.
Yeah, I'll watch.
But I'm going to go back up front. Let's think of happier times here. Chase NASCAR, I think, has just gotten by Tin Man into turn 13. Tin Man's going to get a run, though. Oh, they're almost making contact on the exit. And who's that? That is VTech back in this race behind these guys, looking for points tonight. This Tin Man with his Appalachian internet starts to lag a little bit around the track on the front straight.
Yeah, to finally give that spot up to Chase, who he was the only one that pit under that last safety car, so he is on fresher tires than all these guys.
Oh, these guys are all bunched up now. I think VTech on the back and Nas Racing, who actually finished 10th last week in Jeddah, AM3 reserve, is kind of on the back of it. Almost got pinched off by VTech. No harm, no foul on that. I think VTech just had no idea he was there. But yeah, interesting stuff. Here's VTech.
Way off the track.
Does Tin Man have wing damage possibly, or does he? Oh, he's Tin Man.
Oh boy.
Oh, I know Tin Man's listening. If we see his internet blinking like that, that might.
Yeah, I thought he just drove off the road. Oh,
I did too. And this is one of the most difficult positions to be in. You really have no idea where the car in front of you is.
Yeah. It's tough to get along and just try to ride behind him.
I gotta try. Meanwhile, Bergie Plays is in this cheesehead train. It's 4 seconds off the back of Texas Tornado. I think he might have made a mistake. Or he's dealing with tire drag at a different level than he's used to driving this fast. Behind his teammate for the night, Ben and Cam Tizzle. Shelly, something's going on with Shelly.
It's tire wear.
His tires are...
Yeah, everyone is struggling now, and the tires really aren't that bad. They could probably make it to the end of this race in terms of life, but everyone's tires are around the 40% mark, and everyone's struggling right now.
Oh, ZX with a speeding penalty. And credit to E-Warren, he's still going in last.
He spun, and he is beached. He hasn't beached, but he has completely lost his front wing. He probably got too much on one of those curbs going up that hill. Got his penalty for corner cutting, and then.
Oh, watch out, there's E-Warren. I'm just waiting for him to go by. That's tough for ZX.
Would have been pretty interesting if we got a VSC there. How many people would have hit?
All of them, I would assume.
Oh, Cheesehead speeding in the pits. It is a very slow pit.
That is tough for Cheesehead too. He's having a really good run up there in 6th. Chase goes fastest lap. On 13 old intermediates, Chase goes fastest. That's a surprising fastest lap out of Chase.
Chase could make it to the end of this race right now, and if he makes it to the end of this race, that might be one of the craziest strategy calls that I've seen. Because he pitted under that first safety car, so he's got about 5 or so pressured. 5 or so laps, better tires, but his tires look really good right now. They're only in the low 20s compared to everyone else in the high 40s.
And I mean, he's the fastest on track at the moment as ZX has picked up another speed.
ZX calls it quits in the pits.
I hate that. I hate that. Finished P2 in the first 2 races, currently 4th in the championship, but I think he might be safe, to be honest. It's still early, but this might be shaping up to be a 3-horse race for the championship. Shelly's going to be the first one to make a move. And what kind of tires do you think he's going to go on, Andy?
I'm gonna make a tough call here. Say enters.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. He's probably going to go with the inners.
Yeah, he went with the enters.
Did he? Yeah, that's probably a right decision from Shelly.
See where he comes out and how close he is to Chase, and if he's right there on fresh tires, Chase is gonna be coming out at a net, maybe even P1, because he's definitely the fastest guy on track. So while his tires are gonna be way older than everyone else's, he's made the track position play.
Chase is 19 seconds behind the leader.
Yeah,
19 seconds, so he would be well within that pit delta.
It's going to be close. Shelly was about 3.5 seconds behind ZX when he pit, and now he's 3.5 seconds behind Chase. So this is one of the shorter deltas because you cut the inside of turn 1. Oh, but we got a car on the wall. It's E. Warren. That was an interesting way to get back on the track, and I approve of it. But he is now missing a front wing. Yeah, that's not going to help him. I think Ben, oh man, it looked like he had a run on Cam. He's looking to his inside turn 1.
He'd like to do this. I thought he might want to go for an undercut of some sort, but he hasn't tried it. And these guys, the two championship leaders, are going to go side by side through turn 2, which is not encouraged, especially in the rain. And Cam Tizzle has to take the bailout. The Joker lap route through turn 3.
One of them will pit at the end of this lap, for sure. I just don't know which one. I think if Ben's smart here, I think he pits right now. You got track position. I know you want to drive away with him, but just take your undercut with the gap that you have. Because if you get undercut by Cam Tizzle here and you drop behind him again, you're going to be kicking yourself. Didn't take advantage of the track position while you had it. And if he's able to get around Cam, oh man, he gets all out of shape coming out of turn 11.
We'll see here. Let's go back to intervals. Electric Blade is just minding his own business up front.
Yep, he does heed my advice. So Ben in the pits. Cam's gonna stay out. If I was Cam, I'd follow him in. But he's gonna try to go for the overcut. Try to win this at the end of the race with better tires.
See where he comes out relative to Shelly. We'll be telling here. Shelly puts in, Shelly puts in fastest lap. 21.439 from the Turtle Man.
Someone else around in sector 1. I think it's E. Warren again. Yeah, tough race.
Yeah, I don't know if E. Warren's listening, but there's no shame in retiring if you got 66% wing damage on your rear wing. That's undrivable in the dry. Carsbin though comes out 8th. He is a second and a half behind Shelly the Turtle. I do want to float the hypothesis: is it possible that Ben had a bad qualifying? He's been stuck behind Cam Tizzle the entire race. Do you think he could be as fast as Blade? Or could he catch that gap or cut that gap down to Blade and possibly?
Catching him's one thing and passing him's another.
That's true.
And we found that out with Cam. He's been tucked up underneath that Alpine for this entire race and just hasn't been able to get a move done. Finally gets it done after Cam's tires are at 20 laps on him. So, you know, he was able to get that mistake out of Cam. I don't think he'd get that mistake out of Electric Blade.
That's true. Seen Electric run a pretty steely season so far, if I do say so myself.
Goes Tornado in the pits. He's going on for a set of intermediates. Good call, but we'll see if the undercut works or not. I'd say it would. I'd much rather be on fresh enters right now than.
You got Shelly about a second. I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to hold that, but.
Well, and they're starting to file into a bit of traffic now. Texas came out behind VTEC, who I know VTEC's pretty good on his tires. So I don't know if he's going to be able to make it to the end though.
That would be just about impossible.
Chase is the only one I think could make it. without risking complete and utter death. And his tires are at 30% now. He's got 17 laps on him.
Yeah, that's really good mileage there, and there's 13, 13 and a half to go.
Doing good.
And Chase might be able to really come from out of the blue here tonight, and maybe throw himself in the ring in terms of the championship.
I mean, track position's everything. So if all these guys pit, and I wonder if that's what Blade and Cam are trying to do. They're trying to stay out that extra bit and get track position on Chase, so when they pit, they don't have to worry about trying to pass him, which could work, but you are losing time constantly to that man right there, Ben, as he puts in the fastest lap in the race.
Yeah, and
Acid Masters.
it's not a total surprise. These times are gonna drop pretty regularly for the rest of this race, I would assume. The rain has stayed the same, but it's not very heavy. But I think it is probably going to get a little bit faster on the track as we go along here. Ben, though, he's caught up to Shelly.
Warren just spun out in front of both those guys. That was a wonderful 360. But
yeah,
I would advise you to pit and retire.
Yeah,
save yourself.
That could be a bit of an issue here. And
yeah, save yourself a penalty, because if you lose it in front of somebody, that would be it would not be fun.
2/3 of the way through this race, and credit to everybody, only 4 retirees. I believe I had finishers at 12.5, so we got 16.
I think 3 of those were in the pits. So
yeah.
Secure the purse we know crashed on track. I don't know what happened to Mantis, but we could have got tired.
Yeah, you never know. You thank him for coming out, though. Shelly and Ben, they were just going side by side. Now they've caught up completely to Chase. That's another yellow. Yep,
he called it quits in the pits.
Discretion's something valor, honor, stuff like that. Yeah, it's a dangerous car that in real life he'd be getting black flagged. Props for trying. Oh, and I think his AI is coming on the track.
Hopefully. But it stays to the right, allows these 2 cars to get past him.
Ooh.
Does enough. Just enough.
Well, now we're going to have an extra slow AI going around, but at least...
nobody's near him.
Yeah, that's good news.
The entire pack's still pretty close. In terms of gaps. Ooh, Acid Masters makes a move on Cheesehead for P10 on the road at the moment. Have you checked
the Alpine's tire wear? Is it possible they're going for a no stop?
So I can't see electric blades. Oh man, is Shelly I think tapped the wall coming out of the final corner, but they're all stuck behind Chase at the moment. He's still running down the leaders, but Cam, he's at 50% on both his front tires, and 45 on his rears. It's about 50 across the board for Cam. So 10 more laps. I think they can do it, but they're going to be pushing that 80% mark.
Shelly just lost it under traction coming out of turn 3. Ran into the grass. Did well to save it, but that's going to let Ben by.
Chase in front of him.
Chase! What has happened to Chase?
He made a mistake. He got on the curb entering turn 8. It sent him off the track.
It's unfortunate for Chase, but it still looks like he might be able to make it all the way.
But that unleashed Ben. So
yeah, I think Ben is one to watch here.
The pit stops. I think Blade and Cam they've sealed their fates. They have to stay out to the end of this race if they want a chance of winning it. And I mean, if Berkey and Future are staying out to the end of this race too, I can't see Berkey's tire wear, but Future's is a little worse than Cam's, especially on the rears.
Yeah, for Berge, I would say this might be his only opportunity at a podium. Although he has shown, I mean, he's been good the past couple weeks. Don't get me wrong, but AM2 is very competitive in the top, 8 or 9. But the future, and I was looking at points, I was kind of surprised by this. He's all the way down in P13 in points. He only has 2 points, and that is not at all indicative of the season he's had so far. He's had a lot of bad luck, but he has been running with some of these faster guys consistently.
I'm pretty sure he missed at least one race so far, and correct me if I'm wrong, but when he's been racing, he has looked really, really good, floating around that top 5-ish range, and especially at Bahrain, if it wasn't for some unfortunate contact, I definitely think he was in for a solid result. But he looks to be taking it really easy now, so I don't know if this, I don't think he'll be able to make it to the end of the race, but the top 3, I'm pretty sure they can.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad gamble for some of these guys. I mean, if your name's not Electric, Cam, or Ben, or probably a Boot or Shelly, I'll throw them in there too. I don't know if, I mean, it's still really early in the season, but I don't know if the championship is really going to be in the cards for you. So, I mean, you might as well go, podium hunt or victory hunt as much as you can now. And I think these two might fall into that category, as it looks like the future actually loses it in the same place that Shelly did. Now Ben is all over the back of him.
Doesn't go for it into 6, or into 7, sorry. But hopefully, there is going to be a real grip discrepancy here, so hopefully Ben doesn't get too overeager behind this Mercedes. Just looks for a good move rather than a quick one.
For a wide line here, get the throttle down.
He doesn't really get that much of a run out.
Yeah, it wasn't a big run. And it's also impossible to really pass through the chicane anyways. The, of course, Hans Ernst corner. Bucked. Sorry.
Yeah, you pretty much need to be alongside, if not ahead of the car you're trying to pass. And have that inside line just so you can brake later and sort yourself out on the apex. Or worry about making the corner later.
The thing with Future is we've seen a lot of straight line speed out of him. And it looks like he might have the same thing working here. And again, Ben's big downfall tonight. He's been extremely fast, which is what you have to do, but might go out on a limb and say he expects to qualify higher than 6th. And in that high downforce setting might have hamstrung him a little bit. His Future goes for a block. It's a bit of a late block. He is not, and that is that VTEC, I believe. No.
Man.
God, this is intense stuff, and I think Shelly might be able to get himself back into this action as well. I think VTEC spun and picked up some damage.
Away from Shelly there. Ben kind of took off.
Yeah.
And the Future is bringing him back to reality. He's got to. I just hope Future doesn't make a mistake that costs him a race. Racing as hard as he is on tires, as long as they are.
Yeah, I mean, these are some... Oh, Ben!
What a save.
Great save, but that was full opposite lock coming out of turn 12.
God,
and now Shell... Yeah, this has to be one of the most frustrating races he's ever had. He might be the quickest on track, but he cannot get by people running lower downforce in this rainy, greasy weather. And as a result, he just cannot move forward without other people making big mistakes.
And they're not, which is I mean, really impressive, considering we see how trimmed out they are on downforce. Just to be able to hold the car through, I mean, these corners are tricky in the wet, let alone the rest of the middle sector. Oh, he tried it around the outside.
Yeah, he's going to have to get creative. He's going to have to try stuff like that. But, you know...
These guys are running perfect lines for 99.9% of the corners. Knock on wood, because I really don't want to see anyone DNF, but they're not making the mistakes that you would expect of AM2 drivers.
Well, I mean, look, the last two races in Bahrain and Jeddah...
Man.
Oh, is he going for it?
Yep, he is. He's got the line. See if he leaves the space. Well, they both leave space. A little bit of contact, but I think that's all fine.
Drive. Yeah, he's gonna get the drive off.
Yeah, there you go. That was good, clean racing from those two.
Yep.
And Ben,
it took him a while.
Sigh relief.
It took him a while, but he finally got the move done. Now it's gonna be Shelly's turn to see if he can get the future. The future's gonna pit. All right. Well.
The Ryan Newman right there.
Party was over for future after that. And now it's these two again. I don't know if they'll be able to catch the Bergie place, though. 7 seconds is the gap. Bergie can honestly just kind of ride it out and try to hold on to those tires. And he might be in for... would probably be, you know, the third straight first-time podium getter in a row. It's probably not the best way to word it.
He's fishtailing right now, though. He's got 5 more laps, but he's on the edge. But if he is able to hold on to that podium, that it'll be one of the drives of the season, along with the 2 Alpine guys. But I mean, sneaky podiums are the best podiums. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is definitely just be a great result for Williams as a whole. Up there in 5th in the championship. Didn't even mention the Constructors' Championship today. It's still pretty early. We don't have to mention it. But I will once again reference the overall championship, the Drivers' Championship. And due to all of Ben's troubles today, I think Cam Tizzle will be taking the championship lead at the end of this. Or it might actually be Electric Blade. It could be Electric Blade, possibly. I'm not going to do the math. But... just know these 3 are all going to be very close. Yes. These guys are all going to be very close at the end of this. Knock on wood again, if they all run clean all the way through. But it's been a fun one here in Zandvoort tonight. Bit different from the last 2. I think the last 2 races have been certified Hood Classics. This one, not so much, but it's been cagey nonetheless. And it's nice to have a wet weather race mixed in every once in a while, because some of these guys really had to show their mettle tonight. Electric Blade being the obvious standout.
We do got a pretty close battle here behind Shelly the Turtle. Chase in Texas. Chase is hanging on. He's got the freshest old tires in the field right now, and he's hanging with Shelly. But he's making a couple mistakes here as the tires start to wear out. But again, he's making that strategy work. He was the only one to pit during the safety car that we had. And I mean, Shelly, he's not getting away from him at all. And
no, he's not.
If any one of these 3 make a mistake, the other 2 will capitalize on that.
Yeah. Shelly's tire wear just hasn't been too great tonight, it doesn't look like. After starting on pole. Now he could fall prey to Chase and a man that he announces his races on a week-to-week basis. That's his Tornado.
Man, how did we let that happen in AM1? We get our butts kicked. Last week it was 2 AM2 guys on the podium.
Well, I mean, Jeddah doesn't really count.
Okay, yeah, I mean, fair enough.
And
I
probably would have finished 4th in Australia if I didn't have a teammate that lag killed me twice.
Okay, settle down.
I'm calm.
Up front though, I really wish I could see Electric's tire wear at the moment. It is unfortunately not working for me. But if we're going off Cam's tire wear, it was usually a little bit better on him. 66% across the board on his intermediates. I want to say the gap's coming down a little bit up front, but I'm not entirely sure. I think the chance of punctures for Cam Tizo at least has subsided. I think he's done a pretty good job taking care of them. But I am a little concerned for the other 2.
For Blade and Bergie?
Yeah, I would say so.
We're seeing that gap start to decrease to Cam Tizzle in the lead. And It's really starting to decrease now. Down to 3 seconds is the gap between third and fourth. Cars Ben might be here to ruin Bergie Plays' party.
He's got a couple laps though, and again, catching someone's one thing, passing them's another, as Ben has found out through
yes, for pretty much 95% of this race. But he's gonna try nonetheless. 2.5 seconds now. That is, he is really eating into that.
I mean, Bergie's doing all he needs to do. 2 more laps. I'd say Ben's probably going to be on his gearbox coming to start the final lap. And I think as long as Bergie doesn't make a mistake, Ben's going to have to force something. And, I mean, if Ben's willing to throw away points doing that, then by all means. But I don't think I would risk my race for 3 points if I was the McLaren driver.
Yeah, still a long season to go. 15 rounds, am I correct?
Yep.
Yep, 15 rounds.
15 or 14. I can't.
Yeah, well, still a lot to go. There's 10.
I don't think 3 points.
10 races or so to go. Although,
3 points,
you never know.
If he makes a mistake, I mean, he's got 3 hungry drivers right behind him. And Acid Masters, kind of haven't really talked about him much today, but a really solid P8 right now.
It hasn't looked at a place one bit, and I think if he goes full time, this would probably be where he'd be best suited.
I would agree.
Well, got some openings, I guess.
We do.
Possibly. Speaking of which, Rogue says, greetings from the Shadow Realm in the chat. E. Warren says, well, that sucks. One mistake lost the back wing literally, and a bunch of mistakes after. Not my day, yeah. There's no shame.
He's got the straight line speed on the McLaren. He may
oh my god, I didn't realize Ben closed it that much.
I told you he would be on his gearbox starting the lap.
Oh, dude, sorry. I'm trying to read the comments and everything, too. There's just a lot of stuff going on over here.
So he's going to try the high line here, and he's not going to get a run on him.
Or he is.
He did get a run on him. Oh man, this
Can
is
you make it work? This is for a podium. This is for the podium.
Oh,
Bergie's holding on. This is great stuff. 2 wheels in the grass from Ben. I think he's going to have the grip around the outside. That is an excellent move. That's an excellent move. Hat tip. You have to say, even for Bergie, that was an excellent move there.
Man, I mean, if you're gonna lose a podium, I don't think he could have defended that any better.
Yeah,
he kept his foot in it, kept the ERS on 35 lap old tires. I mean, impressive stuff from both of them there. I don't think there was any contact at all.
No, that was very clean through one of the trickiest places anywhere on the calendar to pass. Is Electric Blades. Rounding Ari Lyondike boxed his chase, but Blade has won for the 2nd time this season. Here in Zandvoort, for the 2nd consecutive week, it is a 1-2 for Alpine, and they're going to take a pretty decent sized lead in the Constructors' Championship. Cars Ben does a good job getting through everybody to finish P3. Bergie with a career best result in 4th. That's a Williams driver with a career best back-to-back weeks after Secure the Perks finished 4th last week as well. Shelly the Turtle finally gets some points on the board in 5th. Texas Tornado with a great drive. Reserving up from AM3 in 6th. Acid Masters as well. We'll see where he files in the future. But he'll finish P7. Chase in 8th after what was a pretty good drive from him. The Future in 9th. He'll get 2 more points, and Cheesehead will get a solitary point in 10th. Tin Man was 11th. It felt like the entire race. Nos Racing in 12th. Deathstorm comes across in 13th. VTEC, what could have been, comes home in 14th, and Harrisplex will round out the field, I'm sure, in spectacular fashion. Nope, no, he's not going to do anything cool. He's just going to go across the line in 15th.
That was a tough one. And these guys, they handled it well. Yeah, exciting race. I think Bergie's probably my driver of the day still.
Yeah, I'd agree. Oh, the game does give it to Acid Master, so I would say probably Bergie. Might be able to get Bergie in the party, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I kind of have things that I need to do personally. So I think I'm just going to stick with the 3. Unfortunately, for this year. As much as I would love to talk to as many drivers as possible.
My thing is, I don't think Ben's going to come.
Well, if Ben doesn't show up, Bergie will get in there. But I am going to send one to Cam, Ben, and Electric. Another Alpine one, too. Solid results for those guys. I think they're flying the Alpine flagship. I don't think really there's a lot of things going on in the Alpine team and contest speed outside of those 2. But yeah, they're putting in that work. I'm trying to wait for the other guys to pile on in.
Yeah, that is it's a great job from these 2 once again. We have to go into some pretty deep contest of speed statistics to figure out when the last time a back-to-back 1-2 happened for any individual constructor. But you know what? No one has the time for that. Either way, Electric Blade wins here in Zandvoort. Cam in second, Ben in third, Bergie with a outstanding P4. Shelly the Turtle in fifth, Tornado, excuse me, in sixth, reserving up from AM3. Acid Masters in seventh, Chase in eighth, Future in ninth, Cheesehead in 10th, and that's great. Timmy and Nas, Deathstorm, Harris, VTech, and then 5 DNFs here tonight.
Yep, a pretty exciting race here in Zandvoort. We got all our drivers on the podium in here tonight. Make sure you have your audio settings correct so the world can hear your lovely voices and not just me and getting better. I'm gonna start up front this time. We're gonna change it up. Electric Blade, after the no stop strategy,